Hey there, it's Kyle with Dirt Bike Channel. Just kind of wanted to give you guys an update. I'm not quite 48 hours past my ACL reconstruction surgery, and wanted to give you guys an update on how things are going. I've had so many people reaching out to me, either on social media or reaching out via email or text, and just saying, hey, we're supporting you, and prayers with you. It's been kind of overwhelming. So I just wanted to thank everybody for how much support that you've been showing me and my family. It's been a rough week. Just to kind of recap, I went in for surgery on Tuesday night, and my wife has been dealing with a back injury from a bulged disc that she's been dealing with in her lower back for the past several months. And she had an injury that aggravated it over just a few days ago, and it ruptured that disc. And so she's basically had no feeling and crazy pain up and down her leg. She's had drop foot where she couldn't lift her foot up. It's just been nuts. And it all came down on the day that I was going into surgery. So she couldn't even come to the hospital. I drove myself to the hospital, had my dad come and pick me up. And I find out when I'm being wheeled into surgery, I find this out after, when I'm being wheeled into surgery for my knee to have this knee reconstructed, she had to go to the emergency room because she was in so much pain. I find that out later. I come out of the anesthesia and everything, and by the time my dad then tells me at about midnight when we're leaving the hospital, hey, your wife's, at the ER. So we go directly from the hospital where I was to a different hospital to the ER, and I go hobbling in on my crutches. I got my trusty crutches here. So we're going to get, my wife's going to require surgery on her back to cut out a discectomy to cut out that bulge, that ruptured disc in the bottom of her back that is pushing on her spinal cord and on the nerves back there, and hopefully we can get her whole. But it's just kind of amazing that all of it came at the same time. I've never been admitted to the hospital ever, and this happened, and she's never really had anything other than the pregnancies. So it's just all kind of coming at the same time. I'm sitting here with the ice machine on my knee. I'll roll in some footage of that. I've been keeping the knee iced. I've been keeping it elevated as much as I can. Again, I'm not quite 48 hours from the surgery, and the pain it's come ebbs and flows. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little painful sometimes, but I've got some pain medication that I'm taking, and I'll probably have to take that for the next couple of days. I'm going to start physical therapy here in just a little while. I'm completely load bearing on the knee right away, but I'll start physical therapy tomorrow, and I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit it hard. I went into this as fit as I could be. I kept rowing. I kept using my skier. I bought a stationary bike because I know that's going to be very key during the recovery phase of this. And I went into the surgery as fit as I could possibly be. I had full range of motion going in. I could lock my knee out in both directions pretty much. And I've already been working on teeny bit of range of motion today with it, being able to bend it. And that's painful. But we're going to get through it, and I'm going to come through this as strong as I can. And I've had so many people asking me about, what happened and what type of an experience and which graft are you going to use and all this stuff. I figured I would just kind of lay it out here for some of you. For those of you, that don't care about ACL reconstructions, you can turn it off right now. But I have... basically what I opted to do was the hamstring graft. So there's three main different ways that you can get grafts. ACLs don't recover themselves. They don't heal themselves because there's not enough blood flow inside of the middle of your knee for the ACL to actually repair itself. MCLs, on the MCLs and PCLs, those have enough blood flow that they can repair themselves. And so I had a complete rupture of the ACL, which will not heal itself, had to be reconstructed. And then I had a grade 2 sprain or a tear of the MCL, which will repair itself. And What else? I didn't have any torn meniscus. I got a referral to a really, really good surgeon here through some different friends here in the dirt bike community. Got in with a really good surgeon in my area, and I feel really good. And the surgery, I think, went really well according to everything that I've heard with the doctor and some of the different medical professionals that were there in the surgery. It seemed to have gone really well, as good as it possibly could have. So now it's just up to me to continue and work hard on the rehab for the next 6 months to get this thing back all the way. I did the hamstring graft. A lot of people have done the cadaver graft. Just with the advice that I was getting from different people with my age, with my physical, my activity level, my just overall general health, a lot of people were encouraging me to go with the hamstring graft. I still had a lot of people telling me I should go with the cadaver graft as well. The patellar graft, which is a different option, I didn't have as many people recommending that I do. So it was really down to cadaver graft or the hamstring graft. I went with the hamstring graft because now that way at least I'm working with my own tissue. Recovery might be a little bit harder, maybe not, maybe a little bit more painful because they had to strip, tissue from my hamstring and make a graft and stick that in the knee. If you want to wooze yourself out or get kind of woozy, or go look at some of these ACL reconstructions on YouTube. But buyer beware, or don't do that with your kids right there. I didn't really want to watch it all the way. I didn't watch one. I watched a couple of the computer representations of it. I didn't want to watch any of the live versions. So anyway, that's just kind of an update of what's going on with me. I wanted to give you, I'll try to do some more of these things just to kind of outline the process of what the recovery is going to be like. I know it's going to be a buttload of work, and I'm going to put that work in because I want to come back as strong as ever. And that's kind of the update for today. So we got a lot of things in flight. I gotta get my wife fixed up here tomorrow. She's gonna go in for surgery to have that discectomy done, and so we've got some help between moms and dads and people in the neighborhood and stuff. It's been kind of overwhelming, the amount of support that we've gotten, and just want to thank everybody in the dirt bike community for the well wishes and the prayers and the speedy recovery sentiment that you've put out there. So just one final thing. I'm super stoked. I just heard that Honda announced the CRF 250RX. I want to get one of those bikes. I would have gotten one last year if they would have released it last year. They just did the 450 version of it, and I'm not as interested in the 450 version, but the 250RX I think would be awesome. I have still the 2003 Honda CRF 250R that Scott has been rebuilding for me. He was rebuilding it all throughout the winter time. We're going to have content coming out on that bike very soon, but Scott went in for shoulder surgery. I've now got the knee surgery. The bike is almost complete. There was a lot of different issues that we had to do with the bike. I want to thank Rocky Mountain ATV and Vertex and all these different companies that have been patient with us. A lot of people donated parts for that, and we're going to get those those videos out so that we can show what we did on that bike. So anyway, there will be more info coming out on some Hondas because I want to do the two-stroke Honda that we're converting, and I want to also talk about that Honda 250RX that has been announced. So that's a little bit of an update of what's going on with in the Brotherson household. Thanks for everybody supporting us. Thanks for watching, and we'll keep it real. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks.